back! Yes! After 1 week and a day, I was going for a little break because my recent videos have flopped massively, it ruined me, but now I'm back and I'm immediately going to make a change in this My Team Career Mode series, and here it is. What a beauty of a car this is. Yes, from this moment forward until however long this series goes on for, probably until F124 comes out on May 31st, I'll be using this livery. And there is 2 very specific reasons. Number 1, the old livery stunk. Let's be honest, it was shit. And 2, I misclicked accidentally and bought this with podium pass coins, or whatever they're called. So I feel like because of that, I sort of have to use it. And plus, it looks really sick. So from now on, this is the well, not this, that's just some people working. But the car is what I'm going to be using for however long this series goes on for. But anyway, moving on. Today we are heading to Singapore. We have a 38-point deficit to the championship leader, Checo Perez. And Singapore, being one of my strongest tracks, who knows what can happen. I'm going to be targeting a podium, although like I said last episode, I can't really target anything other than a win, but I don't think I'm going to get many wins, you know what I mean? So let's get to Singapore, let's drive the car and see what happens. Right, I've just absolutely smashed a cup of coffee, and we are piping hot and ready for what is definitely going to be a fantastic quali, and one in which I will definitely not bin it in the wall in the first 3 corners. Now, over the last week or 2, where I've been on a break and I've been driving in my own time, I've had to start wearing gloves when I drive because my wheel is, well, let's just say it's decomposing. It's now just duct tape, not the nice rubbery material that was on it beforehand. And for some reason, these specific gloves make me drive like an absolute maniac. I have completely ditched my once very smooth, elegant driving style, much like a Jensen Button, and I've turned more into a Fernando Alonso, where I'm just absolutely mashing the wheel and pedal. So let's see how it goes. As always, I'll be doing 2 hot laps around this beautiful street city circuit, and the livery, as you can see, is already excellent looking as I go off track in the first corner. But don't worry. Right, now what I usually do is I go for a banker, and then the second lap is where I really give it some. Let's get right close to the wall. Oh, or I could just actually hit the wall. That's not ideal, but no damage for me. We are going to be 3 tenths up on 18th place Porsche going through Sector 1. And now Sector 2 is where I really shine on these soft tyres. Taking a lot of risk through there. Jesus H. Christ, I thought I was going to bin it. I thought I was going to die. Don't worry. I'm great. I feel excellent. Yes, look at me go. Don't write off there. That would be really bad. Got a bit wide there. That's fine. No one cares. You know what I mean? Let's just go. 1 minute 3.5 is the Sector 2 time. What am I doing? Yeah, see what I mean? I told you my Sector 2 was class. It's not just class. It's world class. A Jude Bellingham-esque Sector 2. Look at that. Marvellous. And now into the final sector. You got to get close to the wall or else you're a little bitch. Look at that, that's lovely. And we'll take a little less speed through here because the first time round I went completely off. And the first lap with a banker puts us P8. However, we are only half a tenth away, or maybe just under a tenth away from the top 5. So not horrible. Right, I've made a bit of a cock up. Shit. Okay, this has gone horribly wrong. I've come out the pits 15 seconds too late, and I've actually missed my second hot lap. So, for the Singapore Grand Prix, I'm going to be starting P9. How have I let that happen? Oh, for crying out loud. What's even more annoying about that is that Sergio Tequila Perez is only 16 hundredths away, and that is so doable. I could have gone like 3-4 tenths faster. Like, I'm pissed, but anyway, nothing I can do about it. Just gonna have to take it on the chin. Head into race day tomorrow, try and recover some positions, but for the championship, especially because George Russell is only, what, like 15 points behind or whatever, and he's starting on pole. So overall, it's not looking good. In fact, it's the opposite of good. It's shit. And here we go for the Formula 1 Singapore Airlines Singapore Grand Prix. Don't know why I have to put it twice. 2026. Is it 26? Yes, it is 26. A nice, humble 25 degrees Celsius on what is a dark, cloudy, shit night here in Singapore, in Marina Bay, in Singapore, sponsored by Singapore Airlines in Singapore. So with the strategy, the game wants me to do a medium hard. However, I feel like with a 35% races, you can always get away with a soft medium in every single race. So I'm going to go for this, which is a soft tyre stint for just under halfway, switch it to the mediums, and go for a bit more of a conservative stint. What I could do is swap it around, because what it would mean is I'd have soft tyres and low fuel, and my lap times will be insane. However, I feel like what would be better is having soft tyres on high fuel, mediums on low fuel, which means I should be able to keep the exact same pace throughout the entire 22 lapper. Or that could completely fall through. Let's go find out, shall we? For the Singapore Grand Prix, let's begin. And the debut for my brand new permanent livery. 5 lights on. And we're off for the very first race with the brand new orange livery. And once again, as per usual, it's a fantastic start. Going to be a bit more conservative. Round turn 1. Try and swing one to the outside of the duo Red Bulls. And because I have softs on, and Oscar Piastri, I was going to say Checo Perez then, obviously he's not driving for Red Bull anymore, Oscar Piastri, and in fact, Guan Yu Zhou just ahead, they're on mediums and hards. I'm on the softs. I can cook here. But look at the straight line speed of Piastri. Oh, goodness gracious. Luckily for me, I can brake way later because of my tyre advantage. And off the start, I have already gained 3 places with a car in front on 2 harder compound tyres. Let's go. Down the inside of Guan Yu Zhou, I almost went straight into him. Keep it out of the wall, and that is a beautiful dive bomb by yours truly, Fusimus Tribusus III. And we are already up to P5, and now the rest of the cars who we need to be competing with for this championship are all ahead. They're all on softs. So now we calm down a little bit and we get stuck in. Right, end of lap 2. We have a yellow flag. Is that from behind or in front? I think that's in front. Who is that? That's the McLaren. Wait. It's Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez has blown up. Oh my goodness. You wouldn't believe it. Right, I need to crack on now. I was just about to say that I'm actually keeping pace with the front runners and pulling away from Guan Yu Zhou a lot. But now Sergio Perez retires, and this has opened the championship massively. If I could somehow pull off a win today, or well, I should say tonight, I can cut that championship lead down to only about 12 points. Hang on a minute. This is brave. Send it to the outside of Norris, my ex-teammate. That has got to be one of the moves of the season. Holy shit. That is an absolute beauty. That would fit right in at the Louvre. Get it in there now. Next up, we have Yumi Iwasa. I'm sorry if I butchered that pronunciation. And the issue we have here is that even if I get past Iwasa, which, you know, I've got very strong pace right now, George Russell, because he was ahead of Perez, everyone else was behind. He has now got a 3.7 second lead, and we're only on lap 4. Oh, I am right over the back of Iwasa here. He is horribly slow. Oh, he's gone for a wider line. I'm going to try and do a little switcheroo. DRS enabled. We go wheel to wheel. He is going to have more straight line speed than me, though, even with DRS. And I'm going to have to send one to the outside. Brake really late, really hard. Keep it in the track. And that is lovely. And I am popping off this race. Come on. Up to P2. And now we need to begin the hunt to try and hunt down Mr. Posh Spice, George Russell. Come on. Right, a little update on lap 6. We are already just about a quarter of the way through this race. I'm absolutely gapping all of the cars behind. Iwasa and Norris getting bullied. However, George Russell ahead. He's cooking up something foul this evening in Singapore, and I can't quite catch. I can only match, not catch. It's a 1-letter difference that changes everything. So what I'm going to do is go for an undercut because the tyre deg is very, very high. Right, little update, a lap later on lap 7, and I think I was lying because I said that I could only match, not catch. Well, as you can see, I am very much catching now. Come on, car. Just gotta keep bringing him in. Another 8 tenths I've caught up in the last lap. Come on. Right, it's officially lap 10, which means at the end of this lap, it's time to hop into the pits. And I have got that gap down to just 1.6, 1.7 seconds. But look at the straight line speed that Russell has. That is incredible. And honestly, I'm not catching up that much in the corners compared to how much he put away in the straights. I just said he pull away, not he pulls away. Duh. I tell you what as well, the car is getting a bit loosey-goosey. Do you know what I mean? It's getting a bit icy. That is because I've hit the magical 25%. And if you don't know what the magical 25 is, when your tyre deg gets to 25% wear, your lap times will instantly decrease by at least a second. That's just how it works. You know what? I'm staying out. This might be a bit of a throw, but I'm doing opposite Russell. I was going to pit that lap, but now I need to give it absolutely everything. Try and put together the best lap I can, because we are going for an extreme overcut of George Russell. Come on, car. Another good thing as well, I believe George Russell has come out in a little bit of traffic, which of course is going to slow down his lap times massively. It's going to be tight, but there is a slim chance that I have done an absolute genius maneuver, the opposite of an average Ferrari strategy. And now it's time to find out if my genius strategy has worked or not. Into the pits, we must go. We can see Russell, he's the second Mercedes back there. He is approaching the final corner, and look at the traffic. He's going to have dirty air throughout the whole thing. And he is going to... Oh, no, he's going to get me. Shit. Alright, so Russell's not just got by, he's extended his gap by 2 seconds. Honestly, I'm not too sure how he's done that, because he was in it was in a lot of traffic, and not just in a lot of traffic, but in traffic with cars with slow tyres. So how he's managed to extend his lead by 2 seconds, I have no idea. For the next 10 laps, I'm going to have to lock in, try and reel him in. The only good news is I'm going to have 1 lap fresher tyre. And as you can see, my teammate Nico Hülkenberg is currently holding him up. Keep that up, Hulky. Oh my goodness, look at what Hülkenberg's doing. He's doing a Checo Perez 2021 Abu Dhabi. Look at him, holding up Russell, and I've already brought that gap down to 2.2. Keep it up, Hülkenberg. Go on, lad. I should also point out, I now know exactly how Russell extended his lead on me. These mediums are on fire. Russell gets past Hülkenberg, but what a job he's done. The only problem is he's now going to get in my way a little bit. I suppose he'll give me some DRS, but can you move? You move? Thank you, Hulky. Piss off. Piss off. Hulky! Thank you. Right, Hulkenberg, you might have got my way a little bit there, but it ain't too bad. I know you're just an AI and there's not much else you could do about it. I'm sure if it was the real life, you would have just got out the way. But what a job he's done. He's got that gap to Russell down from 3.7 to 1.4. And now we can try and get in his DRS. Come on. And I officially have DRS on Posh Spice, as I also set the fastest lap of the race. Come on, car. Now, it is going to be tricky getting past, because as you can see, Russell is faster in a straight line, even though I have DRS. I'm going to have to charge up my battery a little bit. But now, we just need to slowly reel it in. And hopefully, he'll do what he did last year in real life and make a bit of a cock-up as soon as he gets under a bit of pressure. Right, hello, Mr. Posh Spice. Let's see what you've got, mate. Come on. I've charged a bit of ERS this time. DRS, ERS, slipstream. We're going to go to the inside, as that's the better line. Proper late on the brakes, down the inside. And I'm finally ahead of that bastard. And I have taken P1 in this Singapore Airlines, Singapore Marina Bay, Singapore Grand Prix. And now there is what, 8-9 laps left to lock in, extend that gap to at least above a second, and win this shit. And already I've got that gap up to 1.3. It is going to decrease a lot because of Russell's straight line speed. But hopefully I can just stay up ahead of a second. Yes, lovely. Come on. Right, lap 18, and as you can see, I've extended that gap to 2.5 seconds. This car just feels absolutely incredible. I don't know what else to say, it is remarkable. Right, I'm starting to lose a bit more grip, and so I thought would be a great idea is next lap, lap 19, I'm going to go for fastest lap, because I've got a full ERS tank. Let's go. Oh, that was lovely through there, right up against the wall. I don't even know if I've improved at all. We're about to find out now. And I have. Look at that. Cold. As you can see, I've pulled, what, over a second on Russell? Holy shit. It's no improvement through Sector 2. But let's use the rest of this ERS down the final straight. Heading into the final sector. Gonna have to go big. I think I have. Oh, I have. Is it enough? No, I actually miss out. Only by 3 temps, which given the fact I'm on sort of old mediums, I don't think that's too bad. That should mean, though, that on the plus side, my fastest lap is confirmed, which means I'll be getting a whopping 26 points, and Sergio Perez, none. What does that mean? Well, I gained 26 points in the championship, which means the championship lead that Checo Perez currently has will go from 38 to 12. Come on. And here we go for the final lap of this Singapore Grand Prix. Let's bring it home. I must say, obviously I'm not going to crash, wink wink, but this has been one of my best wins on my YouTube channel. I mean, having to start from P9 because I cocked up quali and didn't get out in time is, well, it's shit, basically. And of course, it is fortunate that one of the race win contenders, Sergio Perez, DNF'd. You can't take away from the fact that I had a brilliant start, and by the end of lap 1, I was already up to P5. And then I did some fantastic overtaking, made my way up to whatever position it was. Then Sergio Tequila's Perez engine blew up. Managed to slowly reel in Russell using some extremely consistent lap times. Tried an overcut, didn't work. Nico Hulkenberg with some fantastic team play to hold up Russell, get me back in contention. I took the lead, extended it, and the championship is completely wide open. I have won the Singapore Grand Prix. Come on! It must be the racing gloves buff. Do you know what I mean? It has to be. There is no other explanation. What a fantastic race that was. Holy shit. Come on. Here is your final finishing order for the Singapore Grand Prix. Foot Crim, Fusimus Crimitus the third takes P1 and the fastest lap by a long shot, 4/10 of a second, to take all 26 points. Come on. I actually realised as well, I started P8 on the grid, not P9, because someone behind had taken a grid penalty. Actually, no, someone in front took a grid penalty. I went back. But still, P8 to P1, what a race. And now, the most important thing of this whole weekend, the championship standings. For the drivers, I am now 12 points back from Sergio Tequila Perez and 22 points ahead of third place George Russell. Absolutely massive to not only win the race, but beat George Russell. And this is also massive for the constructors. We already have a very decent points gap over Red Bull, who are just behind us, but obviously now they only scored 18 points. I got 26, which means our gap is going to extend to, I don't even know, I can't do the maths on that. What's that? Yeah, 30 points. And we are only, I say only, but we are only 51 points away from Mercedes. You know, they have 2 double DNFs, or they have 1 double DNF, or whatever. Who knows? But anyway, this has been an absolute banger of a comeback. I'm sorry I messed up the commentary. It's fucking 4 in the morning. Do you know what I mean? Like, piss off. The uploads are back. There's nothing else to say. The uploads are back. even more often. I'm going to attempt to upload every other day. There is a brand new series. I said in my last episode at the end that there'll be a new series. That's being postponed because I have to make a whole new F1 account because I've already got 3 career modes going, and I've just sort of spoiled it. It's going to be another career mode. That will all be revealed very soon. I'm also going to be doing a live stream, a watch-along of the entire F1 Japanese Grand Prix weekend. That kicks off at 3:30 in the morning, UK time, fam. UK time on a Friday. Hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!